you understand me now? Sometimes I seem a little mad, but don't you know no one alive can always be an angel? When things go wrong, I seem a little sad, but I'm just a soul whose intentions are good. Oh Lord, please don't let me be misunderstood. Sometimes I'm so carefree, with a joy that's hard to hide. Sometimes seems that all I have is worry, and then you're bound to see my other side. But I'm just a soul whose intentions are good. Oh Lord, please don't let me be misunderstood. If I seem edgy, I want you to know that I never mean to take it out on you. Life has its problems and I get more than my share, but that's one thing I never mean to do. I don't mean it. People, don't you know I'm only human? Don't you know I have faults like anyone? But sometimes I find myself alone, regretting some little thing, some foolish thing that I've done. But I'm just a soul whose intentions are good. Oh Lord, please don't let me be misunderstood. Don't let me be misunderstood. I'm just someone whose intentions are good. Don't let me be misunderstood. Don't let me be misunderstood.
Okay, folks, so it's that time in the lesson when we learn to read the treble clef. And remember, we've got to use those two rhymes to work out the place of each note. Here are the two rhymes at the top of the page. Every good boy deserves football for the 5 lines. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And faces in a space for the 4 spaces. 1, 2, 3, 4. As always, let's do the first one together. So this note is in the space F, A. This one is the line every good, and this one is the first line every, and the word is age. All you need to do is write the letters here on your whiteboard. So here's the first one and your 30 seconds. The first note here is a line, so we start on the bottom line, every good boy. The second note is in the space, so we're going to count the spaces, F-A-C-E. And this last note is a line, so we count the lines, every good. And we get the word beg. Here is your next word. So here is our first note. It's in the first space, F, second space, A, third space, C, and the first line, every good boy, is an E, and you get the word face. Here is your next word. Now this one's really interesting. This first note is the same as the fourth note, and the second note is the same as the third note. So once we work these two out, we know what these two are. So this one here, face, F-A-C-E. So I can write an E here and an E here. Every good. So I can write a G and a G, and then we've got the E. So we just need to work out the last one. Every good boy deserves, and we get the word egged. Here is your last one for today. The first note on the top line, every good boy deserves football. Second space, F-A. Fourth line, every good boy deserves. Top space, F-A-C-E. And this one, look, is the same as that one, so I know it's a D. And we get the word faded. I wonder how you did today. Hopefully you got 4 out of 4. Okay, I'll see you next time. Bye. Okay, line 1 today. Shh. Shh. Let's do that together. In my head, remember, I'm saying frog and shush. 1, 2, 3, together. Frog, shush. Frog, shush. Tadpole, frog, frog. Tadpole, 3 frogs. Frog, frog, 2 frogs. So what I'm saying should be happening in your head. One more time, and this time I'm not going to speak. 1, 2, 3, 4. Shh. Shh. Okay, move on to number 2. Line 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. Shh, shh. We'll do it together. This time I will speak it. 1, 2, 3, 4. Tadpole, 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 frog, shush, frog, shush. 3 frogs, frog, pond. This time, no speaking. 1, 2, 3, 4. Shh, shh. Okay, move on to line 3. One, two, three, 4. Shh, shh. And this time we'll speak it. 1, 2, 3, 4. Frog, tadpole, 2 frogs. Shh, shh. 2 frogs. Tadpole, 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 3 frogs. And one more time, no speaking. 1, 2, 3, 4. Shh, shh. And move on to the last line. One, two, three, 4. Shh, shh. And with me speaking. 1, 2, 3, 4. Tadpole, tadpole, frog, frog. Tadpole, tadpole, frog, frog. Shh, shh. 2 frogs. Tadpole, 3 frogs. Remember, that's going on inside your head. One more time, no speaking. 1, 2, 3, together. Shh, shh. And now all 4 lines, no stopping. 1, 2, 3, 4. Shh, shh. Shh, shh. Shh, shh. Shh, shh.
all of the rhythm cards together. One, two, three, four. So guys, composition time today. Please can you set your board up looking like this? So the menu you can choose from today, we've limited it. A crotchet, 2 quavers together, a crotchet rest, or a minim. That's all we're going to use today. But you'll see it's set up a little bit differently. We've got 2 staves, so you'll need to draw 2 lines quite close together. I would have said about 3 centimetres apart, and then leave a big gap, and then again another 2 lines about 3 centimetres apart. So we've got 2 staves and 2 staves here, 2 lines for each one. And then a treble clef at the start, and 3 at the top, 4 at the bottom, 3 at the top, 4 at the bottom. Now the reason for that is this top line here, that is going to be assigned to one of your instruments that you've got today, and the bottom line is going to be for the other one. So today Mr. Simons has got a bowl here and a metal pan here. So I'm going to say that the pan is going to be the bottom line, so I'm going to write a little P there to remind me, and the bowl is the top line. So you might have a C for clapping and a K for knees, or you might have a D for drum or a T for table, or you might have a big pan or a small pan. Okay, so you come up with your own little shorthand to help you remember. Okay, and I'll do the same here. So I've got a bowl and a pan. So I'm now going to compose, and whatever I put on the top line I have to play on the bowl, and whatever I put on the bottom line I have to play on the pan. I've still got to make sure it adds up to 3. So I'm going to start with a minim and then a crotchet. Now this is the interesting thing, because we're on the bottom line, the stick goes on the left and goes down. I'm still going to put my numbers, so that's worth 2, that's worth 1, 1, 2, 3. The bar is full. So the only difference today is when you're writing on the bottom line, your stick goes down. It can go up on the right hand side, it just looks a bit neat and tidy, that's all, and it makes it easier for you to play. But if you still want to put your stick on the right and go up like that, that is absolutely fine, but you can just see it looks a little bit messy in there, okay, and it's a bit more tricky to read. So generally the music would go down on the left on the bottom line, okay. So I'm going to play my bowl, 2 frogs, and then my pan for 1 frog. Okay, I'm now going to play tadpole, and then I'm going to play tadpole on the bottom, and then I'm going to have a shush. And again that makes 3. 1, 2, 3. I'm then going to have 3 crotchets up here. And they're all on my bowl. And then I'm going to have 3 crotchets on my pan, I've decided. And then I'm going to have a pan, 2 frogs, and a bowl as a frog. Again it's full, 1, 2, 3. And the last bar, pan for 2, and finish with a crotchet rest. There we are. So before I can play it, I'm checking every bar adds up to 3. Remember, I don't necessarily need 3 things in it. Some have only got 2. This one's only got a minim and a rest. But the numbers underneath add up to our time signature. And today, we've said we want 3 in a bar. So the minim is worth 2, and the crotchet rest is 1, so that makes 3. 2, 1, 3. 1 and 1 and 1 is 3. 1 and 1 and 1 is 3. 1 and 1 and 1 is 3. And 2 and 1 make 3. So I've checked, everything adds up to 3. I can now try and play it. So I'm going to set up my drum kit. So I've got my pan. I'll show you my pan there. And I've got my bowl here. So I've got my makeshift drum kit. Okay, so you guys at home, you can play this with me. You work out which one you're going to play for the top line and which for the bottom. Okay, and we're going to do this together. So I'm going to count to 3, and then I'm going to start with my bowl. Okay, 1, 2, 3. 2 frogs. Tadpole, tadpole, shh. Frog, frog, frog. And that's the first line. And you can see how it works. I've got to go from one to the other. Let's do it again. 1, 2, 3. 2 frogs. Frog. Tadpole, tadpole, shh. Frog, frog, frog. Let's have a look at the second line. So I'm going to start with my pan. 1, 2, 3. Frog, frog, frog. 2 frogs. Frog, 2 frogs. Shh. That one's a bit easier because I've actually only got one note on my bowl. Okay, let's try and play it all together. 1, 2, 3. Fantastic. If you want to have another go, you can rewind the video. So, your task today, girls and boys, is to write your own 2-line composition and try and play your fantastic piece using 2 drums. All right? Bye, guys.